Ayo, we just watched another 3 episodes of Spy Family, and yeah, I would, I would say it's definitely grown on me at this rate. For episode 4, I'm just thinking of stuff that sticks out to me in terms of things that I like, enjoy, or just WTF. And for that entrance exam, who asks? Oh, sure, you're gonna ask like a 6-year-old, a 5-year-old. Oh, which parent do you like more? The dead biological one or the alive unrelated one? Like that one interviewer was just like the divorced dad energy. He just wants to make life miserable for everybody else. And he's just going to pick on a small child and her seemingly like well-knit loving family. And he's just like, "Yeah, screw that dude." He's just cruel, unnecessarily cruel. But Henderson's the GOAT. This is the one thing I'm gonna likely notice and repeat a lot as I keep going through. Is that Henderson's just cool. I mean, obviously, as a facial hair enjoyer, he literally has a nice goat, as in goatee or obviously beard. But no, he's just really solid gentleman and dude. I mean, obviously a little bit overly elaborate with the schemes to get the elegance out of people. But I mean, it's funny, it's quirky. What's not to love? But also, I'm really curious by the end of that episode what about her Anya's past and abandonment issues. That seems to be the big thing going on, and the main conflict is that Anya wants to keep everybody together, but obviously there's the pragmatism of why they're all together as a family. But otherwise, yeah, episode 4 is solid. Episode 5, obviously having she got in, that was, I mean, who was gonna guess that? But obviously it's nice to see that there's a little bit of risk and still the fact that hey, she can still absolutely flunk out because she's there with conditions, and we'll get into some of those later. But honestly, Frankie is an amazing side character. Definitely up there in my favorite kind of like sidekick-ish characters. I want to mention Anthony Bowling does a fantastic job as Frankie. I feel like I heard him before in other works. I checked his Wikipedia and other stuff. He was a little bit in My Hero. And a little bit in One Piece Stampede. I did not watch. That's the one of the one anime movies I didn't see. But otherwise, Frankie is amazing. Not thinking of One Piece Frankie, but Spy Family Frankie. I'm getting that. I'm getting the hang of that. But yeah, he's good. But also the one that I was wondering with 5. I mean, I get it, it's elaborate. We're trying to gift Anya this thing. Why is your drunk the whole time? I suppose that's kind of the big gag is that she just utterly wasted while Anya's having the time of her life, and Lloyd is still totally locked in, but he's trying not to take too much of the piss out of himself and all this. But Anya's obviously her happiness is key in this instance. But like, it's very cute of Lloyd to treat Anya in this way. But I'm just still wondering myself, like, she was drunk in the trolley, she was still wasted in that little faux fight, which honestly was really really cool. That was one thing that stuck out, even for something that was a little bit more of a kind of a lighter episode. The even being slice of life action choreography is still on point. That's one thing I'm absolutely gonna love discussing and just keep on talking about the action. But yeah, Frankie, it's kind of funny. The first thing that popped up to me when I saw his character design, he feels like he'd be in a Persona game. Kind of like the side character, maybe in a like. I mean, he literally like operates a convenience stand and helping Lloyd. But I thought that was funny. He's got that personality, kind of let you relax and loosen up a little bit when you're in such intense scenarios. That little heist he did with Lloyd though earlier on in those first 3 episodes, that was wild. That was wild. But yeah, I'm just wondering. That was episode 5. How many episodes or maybe seasons is it gonna be until? I think I remember being spoiled about something about Lloyd and Yor finding out and then there being a fight. I think that's in the manga or it was covered a while ago. I have no idea what the developments are up to that point. I'd like not to find out. I like to stay relatively unspoiled for as long as possible. But that's some things I remember seeing, like some manga spoilers being posted online. But yeah, I'm just wondering. This is episode 5. How long? How long is it gonna be until he's like, oh wow, she literally almost killed me and she was wasted. Wowzers! But yeah, no, that was episode 5 was good. Episode 6, I want to mention this is my slight rant is that yeah, private schools are not free from all problems. The fact that some of those kids can get kidnapped, and we even see it. The example with Anya and Yor in the supermarket. I want to say I went to like a private school, but I was actually I was what they would call in the episode a commuter kid. I lived away. I didn't live on campus. Parents worked very hard to put me there, and I'm happy. But there were problems, like any other public school. They're not just suddenly immune just because you're throwing money and you're hoping that there's going to be difference in the education. You want a specific education from your kid, but there's gonna be problems because kids are gonna be mean to each other. There's only so much that the adults can do to buffer that and try and stop bullying. But oh man, the fact that we're already on such a awful foot, I have to say though, handler wise, before I go in any further, the fact that she's voiced by Stephanie Young, amazing. Just Nico Robbins, English VA, being the handler type character. The only other example that comes up is from Armored Core for handler Walter, voiced by Patrick Sees, by the way. Amazing job he did in that role. But anyway, Stephanie Young, yeah, he was also Frankie in One Piece too, but not Spy Family Frankie, but One Piece Frankie. You gotta make the difference. But yeah, no, Stephanie Young is fantastic. Now that I'm mentioning all the VAs, on top of that, Alex Organ, I didn't realize he was Aizawa, or at least original Aizawa. I know that for the Vigilantes series, they picked a new Aizawa, I guess because he's younger, he's got those different chords, which is understandable. It's fair. But yeah, no, he's great in that, and Alex Organ is absolutely killing it. But also, I wanted to mention Natalie Van Sistine as Yor. Fantastic. Absolutely amazing. I didn't even realize she was Stars and Stripes in My Hero, but the fact that now I know makes it even better. So yeah, they got plenty of amazing VAs. And I want to mention Megan Shipman she does very well as Anya. I haven't checked out the sub just because while I'm on the treadmill, 9 times out of 10 I'd prefer to be watching dub. I think I know that for Freerun, it's just because there's just some anime that I have to do sub. I know ones that come to mind are JoJo Part 5, JoJo Part 4. I don't know why I went out of order. But then for JoJo's parts like 1 and 2 and 7. Sorry, that's not out yet. And 6 and 3. I like the English. I like the English voices. I think they fit very well. But yeah, no, Megan Shipman as Anya, she does a fantastic job. Speaking of fantastic job, oh my god, I didn't know the smirk scene came from her just absolutely mugging and pissing off Damien Dick Desmond is what I'm going to be calling him because he's a little twat. He's a little snotbag. We all knew that little kid who knew his father was big business, and though because of that, he just treated everybody else like dirt. So yeah, no, Damien's a dick, but you know what? I'm looking forward and hoping to see the development that hopefully Anya's going to get to know him a little bit better, and maybe we'll see what happens in the friend department. But yeah, the friendship scheme definitely up a creek and without a paddle right now, if you know what I mean. Totally SOL. But in the meantime, though, I did also mention, saying this out of order, that supermarket hostage scene with Anya and Yor. Oh my! Just punching a pumpkin. That was spicy. That was spicy. And again, really laying on thick that maybe we're gonna see how the family dynamic develops as things keep going. But yeah, no, I wanted to say last thing on handler wise is that I love the hat. I love her fit. It reminds me of Vampire Hunter D. I love Yoshitaka Amano's art, but I haven't actually watched it or read it. Probably should. But yeah, no, handler-wise, I'm looking forward to that. Her eccentricities. Say that 10 times fast. She's going to grow on me, I know, as well. But yeah, no, apart from that, I'm also loving the progression system. It's almost kind of gamifying the mission in that way. The fact that she can either get the 8 things to make her an Imperial Scholar, or she can get expelled with the 8 demerit points. And so friendship at minus 100, and she's already got 1 demerit point. So yeah, things are absolutely looking well on her part. But I'm going to look forward to seeing all y'all next week for more Workout Weebs. So have a fantastic day. Give me more recommendations in the comments, and have yourselves an amazing day and a great weekend. Toodles.